You know that feeling, right? That surge of absolute panic just before a big presentation or a tough conversation. Well, that's exactly what we're tackling today. We're going to go on a journey, and the goal is to transform that fear into real, genuine influence. So let's dive in.
Wow. Does that sound familiar? If that quote just hit you right in the gut, trust me, you are in very, very good company. That feeling before you have to speak in public, it's one of the most common fears on the planet. But what if? What if we could actually use that feeling instead of fighting it?
So we've all had this drilled into our heads, right? Practice makes perfect. But here's the thing, when it comes to speaking, that's kind of a myth. Just repeating your speech over and over again in the mirror, that's not the secret sauce. The real magic is in deep, thoughtful preparation. That's what actually builds rock-solid confidence.
Okay, so let's start by looking that fear right in the eye. This first part is all about getting real with our anxiety, understanding it, and maybe even changing our relationship with it.
Think about it for a second. The sweaty palms, the heart pounding. We see those as bad signs, right? Signs that we're about to fail. But what if they're not? What if that's just your body's way of suiting up for the main event? That adrenaline is a tool. It's making you sharp, focused, and ready to knock it out of the park.
So before we even talk about body language or what words to use, we have to start on the inside. We've got to build a solid foundation. This is what we call mastering your inner game. It's all about your mindset, your self-awareness, and your emotional core.
And right at the heart of this inner game is this idea of assertiveness. Now hold on, I know a lot of people hear that word and immediately think of aggression or being pushy. But that's not it at all. It's really just about clarity. It's based on this beautiful idea that being direct and honest is actually a form of kindness. And this is how we build it. It really comes down to these three pillars. First, developing emotional awareness. Actually understanding what you're feeling and being able to spot it in others. Second, building real self-confidence by getting really good at naming problems and then figuring out solutions. And third, learning to regulate your own emotions, to stay centered even when things get heated.
All right, so once that inner foundation feels solid, we can start working on the outer game. This is where we shift our focus to the outside, how we actually deliver our message with our body and our voice. And this part is just so important. I mean, think about it. If your words are saying one thing, but your body is screaming something else entirely, who are people going to believe? It's your body, every single time. Your nonverbal cues are sending out these incredibly powerful signals, whether you realize it or not.
And look at this. Body language is way more complex than we think. It's not just about standing up straight. It can repeat what we're saying, like nodding your head when you say yes. It can totally contradict our words, which immediately makes people not trust us. It can substitute for words, like a simple eye roll. It can complement them or even accent a point, like when you slam your hand on a table for emphasis. It's a whole language.
And hey, it's not just your body. Your voice is a powerful instrument. Just check out this one simple trick. When you lower your pitch at the end of a sentence, that's a downward inflection, you sound confident, authoritative. But if you raise your pitch at the end, you sound open, you invite questions. Mastering just that one little shift gives you an incredible amount of control.
Okay, your inner game is strong. Your delivery skills are getting sharp. Now it's time to level up. We're moving into the advanced game, how to use all this to genuinely influence and negotiate.
This is where all the pieces start clicking into place, because real influence isn't some kind of dark art or manipulation. It's about understanding the basic operating system of human beings. To do that, we're going to look at three super powerful principles from the legendary researcher Robert Cialdini.
First up, we have the principle of reciprocation.
You know this one. It's like this fundamental rule of society that's just baked into our DNA. When someone does something nice for you, especially something unexpected, you feel this almost magnetic pull to do something nice for them in return. It's automatic.
Okay, the second big one is social proof. Seriously, think about it. When you're in a new situation, a new city, a new job, and you have no idea what you're supposed to do, what's the first thing you do? You look around, right? You see what everybody else is doing. That's social proof. We're wired to assume that the crowd knows best.
And the third game-changing principle is scarcity. Oh, we see this one everywhere. Limited time offer, only 2 seats left. Get it before it's gone. The moment something becomes scarce, or we just think it's scarce, its value suddenly skyrockets in our minds. It's a powerful trigger that makes us want what we might not be able to get.
So these principles of influence are, without a doubt, incredibly powerful. But, and this is a really big but,
In any important conversation, the goal isn't just to win. It's about solving a problem together in a principled way.
And here is a fantastic, time-tested framework for doing exactly that. It comes from the classic book Getting to Yes, and it's so simple and brilliant. Step 1, be hard on the problem but soft on the people. Step 2, don't just focus on what they're demanding, dig deeper to understand why they want it. Step 3, get creative, brainstorm options where everybody can win. And 4, agree on some fair, objective standard to make the final call.
All right, let's bring this all home. It's been a fast ride, but hopefully you can see how all of these pieces aren't separate things. They stack on top of each other to create something really powerful.
It all starts with the inner game, right? Building that foundation of clarity and confidence. From there, we layered on the outer game, mastering how we show up with our bodies and our voices. And finally, we put it all into action with the advanced game of influence and negotiation.
So here's the thing. Your very next conversation, doesn't matter if it's in a boardroom or at the dinner table, is an opportunity. It's a chance to connect, to influence, and to put these ideas into practice. So the real question I want to leave you with is this. The next time you walk into that room, how are you going to show up?